valves are reinforced by these strings here, which are called the chordae tendineae, which is attached to the papillary muscles. When the ventricles contract, there's a lot of pressure. So blood goes here, and you don't want, when this contracts, for the blood pressure to be so high that it blows this open. So when this is contracting, the papillary muscles yank down on the chordae tendineae to reinforce it, so that when the pressure is increased, these don't blow open. Because you don't want it to go this way, this is where it came from. You want it instead to go into the great vessels. In the case here, you want it to go into the right, and in the case of here, the right, the pulmonary trunk, which then splits into the right and left pulmonary arteries, right? So you want it to go here, and from the left side, you want it to go here into the aorta. And of course, it has to go through the valves. This valve is the aortic semilunar valve, and over here we have our pulmonary semilunar valve. Remember? Pulmonary and aortic semilunar. In between here we have our interventricular septum. In between the atria we have our interatrial septum. And then we have this little remnant called the fossa ovalis. Remember I told you there's a hole called the foramen ovale? That's this. That's the fossa. And remember, the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava and the coronary sinus all dump into the right atrium. From the right atrium, it goes through the tricuspid to the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, blood goes through the pulmonary semilunar valves into the pulmonary trunk. The pulmonary trunk splits to form the pulmonary arteries. Remember, these are the only arteries that are blue. Then it goes to the lungs. From the lungs, it gets oxygen, and it goes through the pulmonary veins, which are these right here, pulmonary veins. Only red veins. Pulmonary veins then dump into the left atrium. From the left atrium, you go through the tricuspid valves to get to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, bicuspid valve. So this was the tricuspid, goes to the bicuspid valve to get to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, it goes through the aortic semilunar valve to the ascending aorta. The ascending aorta goes through, blood comes through here. These are the coronary arteries. The coronary arteries then feed your heart. So the red ones are the coronary arteries, the blue ones are the coronary veins. Right? So when I say coronary vessels there, you just have to know coronary arteries, coronary veins. Of course, in the lecture, I did give you the name, like the marginal arteries, the circumflex, and all that. But for the practicum, if I point to a red one, what do you say? Artery. If I point to a blue one, coronary vein. You don't have to say the great cardiac vein. Just say coronary vein. Okay? And then this is the ascending aorta. From the ascending aorta, it goes to the arch of the aorta. And from the arch of the aorta, it will feed the top of your head through these branches. This is called your brachiocephalic trunk. This is your left common carotid and your left synovial. And yes, you do need to know that those are blood vessels. And then you go to this descending aorta, and it becomes the thoracic aorta, and then the abdominal aorta, and then that's going to nourish the rest of your body. Okay? So superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, pulmonary veins, pulmonary arteries, aorta, okay, trachea. Okay? Do we need everything?
That was everything. And then after that is the cats, the vessels, and that's just...
The cats and the humans. For both of those, cats and human, those are for both cat and human. We'll just know them from the pictures. I give you pictures of the cats. I mean, in reality, we usually dissect to do all of them. But we don't have time, so we'll just do it from the pictures. I give you pictures of cats, but I can also give you pictures of humans too. Yes. Yeah. So some of them I already told you, like brachiocephalic artery and stuff. We already told you some of them. So for the human, if I'm going to ask you in the models, it'll only be from the heart models, like these ones here, or pictures. And for the cat, only pictures. We're not going to have real cats. Actually, this is the first year in a long time we haven't had real cats with blood vessels. Normally we do this dissection for the blood vessels, but we don't have to. Huh? All right. Anything else? We're done? All right. Well, you guys got about 10 minutes. minutes, but you should probably start cleaning up. But you know, you can look at like say for 4 minutes, and then clean up the last 5 minutes. So you'll have one more time to see everything again next time, right? Thursday. If you come on Tuesday, you can see the cadaver. Put all those ones on the other table. The ganglia?
Ganglia, yeah. Do we need just to write ganglias or the function?
No. I mean, you have to know them for maybe multiple choice questions.
Yeah.
But you don't have to list.
Oh.
Only the names, like superior cervical ganglia.
Yeah.
middle.
And
The aortic semi-lunar yeah. It was. You didn't write it down. It's between the left ventricle and the aorta. Yeah, I remember. Aortic. Between the left ventricle and the aorta, there's the aortic semi-lunar